I'm last, so almost to the top part. Before I get into my presentation, it's really interesting to hear, the broadening participation plans are about either professional development or in opportunities or awareness, inclusion activities or engagement or outreach for K-12, U-Grad, grad, and post-grad. And we've really got the full spectrum. I mean, it just feels like there's a whole pathway emerging here, which is really awesome to see. Okay, so I'm going to talk about hacking hackathons to broaden participation. At BU Spark, I really feel like our role is to say yes to amazing students like Junia and Shativa and others who come up with these initiatives because they probably are the best positioned to find the solutions and pursue them. So hackathons are really important, I think, at least as an observer of the career development pathways for the computer science, computer engineering student. It's a place where students learn skills, where they build project portfolios is probably the most important part of their resume, to get noticed by employers. And it's a rite of passage for a lot of college students. And I would say a lot of the hackathons, it's where the companies go. All the top companies are sponsoring these hackathons. And this organization, Major League Hacking, which is a sort of like the college circuit, the league, right, of hackathons. They're supporting 300 hackathons on college campuses every year, and 500,000 college students attend these. I mean, that is a huge group of people who are learning the ropes, learning how to work with other people, learning projects. So if you can't access that, in a way, you're shut out of an important development pathway. They're also not very inclusive, not very diverse, and not very accessible. They're super intimidating, very insider sort of knowledge and things like that. So just to give you a sense of, just from a gender perspective, in 2017, only 18% of hackers that went to Major League Hackathons identified as female or non-binary. In 2022, it's gone to 41%. And I would like to say that was actually related to another student like Junia and Shativa, who came through Spark. Again, they come with these ideas, and this young woman, Fiona Whittington, founded this organization called Tech Together. And they actually, Major League Hacking actually acquired Tech Together this past year, and they really credit her work with increasing participation in hackathons by that amount, which is pretty amazing. So we believe in hackathons as a rite of passage, and we're trying to make them more broadly representative and inclusive at BU. And so we've been doing that in partnership with Tech Together. So we have a pre-hacks, which is really focusing on the high school students, trying to get students and hopefully get them excited about the different college opportunities at BU and applying to BU. We've been focusing mostly on gender diversity, although this year we're hoping to change that. I think there's a lot of folks that I hope we can collaborate with this year. And then for first years, we also recognize that a lot of students at BU, where I would say we're probably more focused on the undergraduate population here, they don't plug in, they don't find community that easily. And we really want to make sure, especially folks from underrepresented backgrounds are welcome to get connected as soon as they can. And so we've created this first year mini hack where we try to get folks the first 3 weeks in school, build community, get them plugged in. And that usually reaches about 100 students a year, and also to demystify the hackathon so they can keep going throughout their college career. There are a lot of other much bigger mainstream hackathons on campus. Boston Hacks is every November. Regularly between 400 and 500 students participate in that, and it's all college student run. Tech Together, as I said, the organization that was founded by a former BU student, has been really focused on gender diversity. They had, before COVID, a year before COVID, we had a hackathon. We actually took over again, so it was about 650 folks who identify as women. It was pretty amazing. And they've gone to a virtual model, and they continue to engage about 500 hackers a year. And then this past year, we've actually expanded with CDS becoming more about interdisciplinary connections across campus and computing across these different disciplines, we launched a civic tech hackathon, and we've been really focusing on trying to make sure organizers are from underrepresented backgrounds, because then they're in positions of leadership, and then we see that that brings other folks who are not traditionally attending these hackathons. And the Civic Tech Hackathon did that this year. And then you also see the issues, kind of back to Mel King, addressing the issues that are relevant to your community. Those were the topics that they were tackling and putting forward. And recruiting mentors. We had mentors from political science and social work that I had never met before, that were really excited to be participating. So that was pretty great. So as I said, our strategy of change is really to support the organizers and try to elevate especially underrepresented folks as leaders. And then you can see the hackers also trying to make that a really inclusive space. And then in terms of collaboration, lots of opportunities here. I think, as Haley said, there's a lot of different topics on campus. It's a great way to sponsor challenges on different topics that are of interest. Or a prize. You don't have to have a whole hackathon. You can plug into the infrastructure that exists, and there's many. You can fund a hackathon organizing team, which is also really helpful, because I think the other thing we've realized is that there's a lot of free labor that happens among students, and the students that have the ability to do that are often students of greater privilege. And so if we want the hackathon world to be more representative, then we have to create pathways for that to be feasible. You can join as a hackathon mentor, lead a workshop, serve as a judge. Those can be just a couple of hours, and it's a great way to start getting plugged into the community and just help us build the pipeline. So that's it. I think I didn't even need to pull up the timer. All right. Thank you.